Okay, so remember that they're changing my voice. This video is about my official stance on the system of sadism, right? The global system, every nation system, what have you. So it's a system of sadism is not a healthy and functioning democracy. Part 7. Now, some of you might be confused about why they're changing my voice. We're going to get into these next 3 points in this video. And it has to do with the pictures on the screen, right? I apologize if they're disturbing, but they really illustrate my point, so I made that call to go ahead and include that. Even though people might see my page and say, hey, why does this guy have these pictures here? Maybe he's evil. Okay, but it's showing you what some of the more common forms of the satanic spirit we see on the spectrum, right? Keyword, spectrum. It's on a spectrum that we see here in California. If you look, basically everybody in California but me is on a spectrum in these spirits, right? They don't look that far gone for the most part. It's rare that they look that bad, but they've taken that path to where their souls are going to look far uglier than that as soon as they die and as time goes on from going down that path, from that repetition of rebellion and evil. So point number 11, which is the next point that we're on, okay, is that society needs to admit that Lex Luthor types are educated idiots. Lex Luthor is on the spectrum of The Exorcist, of Chucky, on the spectrum of, the bullies from Bart Simpson, those kind of rock and roll guys. And it is clear that corporate types, politicians, royals, Freemasons, these guys aren't ideal. I can't stress enough, right? If you look at, a lot of private schools still, they have some kind of crest, some kind of crest, like badge-like thing on their uniform. And so you see with the Freemasons, they have a similar uniform. We see it with the chefs. We see it with the priests. We see it with the royals, okay? And various groups like that. It's like the polo sweater, right? Nautica, polo, clothing with the little symbol, the emblem, the logo, in that particular way that they try to present as ideal. It is laughable. It's like trying to present some guy with, a pink sweater on his neck, playing tennis is ideal. It is on the spectrum of the gayest thing that you've seen in your life. Red light district, kind of hula hooping, butt naked, with a pink sock on there. You know what? Okay, you need to understand that they're evil and they're immature. They're evil and they're immature. Say it with me. They're evil and they're immature. So Lex Luthor types are educated idiots and they're evil and they're immature. Point number 12. Society needs to admit that Chucky, the possessed person, the exorcist, poltergeist, Freddy Krueger, witches, and all evil beings are scum. They don't admit that. People say accept evil instead of purge it, even if it kills your flesh. Even if it's going to kill you, you purge evil. You don't accept evil. Instead, people accept being on the spectrum of these things, and it is disgusting. It is filthy. Their argument is like saying, if someone was to make love to their wife, okay, if it's okay if only a few people are in the room with them doing disgusting things to children, because it's not a billion of them. No, nobody should be in the room with them doing anything like that. No one else should be in the room with them. Pretty straightforward. Society needs to admit that Chucky, the possessed and exorcist, poltergeist, Freddy Krueger, witches, Jason, Leatherface, and all evil beings, and the ideas of evil beings are, shown in popular culture and in cartoons and movies, that these are the ideas of scum, right? Joker, Riddler, the Penguin, Dick Dastardly, Gargamel, they're all scum. And they controlled the fake heroes, Captain America, King Richard, King Arthur. They're not real heroes. They are Luciferian devils. And it is stupid to pretend that minorities are where the problem is coming from. People need to grow up and stop playing stupid. The most guilty and the economic classes that are closest to them need to stop pretending that the poor is the problem. They look so damn dumb. It's so disgraceful. I'm not proud to be part white as a result. It is not the answer. It is not some kind of image campaign. It is not the genius move. Like I have to explain this. Point number 13. Society needs to admit that the main animals in society are the most guilty types of people. This means that if you're part of the groups, religious groups, social clubs, government groups, militaries, races, whatever, okay, that your group that are the most guilty, that you are part of the group that's the most guilty, that's causing problems in society. People playing stupid about this has utterly trampled the American spirit, has utterly trampled every race's spirit according to their deeds. And we're talking about my kingdom is not of this world, right? This certain Igbo patriarchal line that ends up after my flesh dies, right? In its true form. That's different than the races of the world. People playing stupid about this has utterly trampled America and everybody else's spirits, their family spirits, their race's spirits, their group spirits. No offense to anybody, but this has to be said. If somebody's bringing their whole race down and they're all suffering together and being rotten more and more every day, the people who say, hey, don't say that, it's insulting, are not your friend. They're not trying to help you. The person who says, hey, that's what's going on, he's the one trying to help you. Think about it. Point number 14, it is stupid for people to want a black person to suffer for robbing a store, jaywalking, selling a nickel bag in the park, or even being turned into a killer by society, while they are obeying and embracing the corporate structure. Okay, you people are obeying and embracing the corporate structure. You didn't remove the log from your own eye. You didn't remove the rainforest from your eye. You didn't remove the planet from your eye. And then you said you want them, that's what they get. What do you mean that's what they get? You're guiltier than they are. It's like somebody who just ate 10 kids and someone's jaywalking. You say, hey, you should have jaywalked, pal. Doesn't make you want to say, look, shut the fuck up. Quit being some kind of worm. Quit being a hypocrite. You're more guilty than he is. You want to slap him across the face? They need to admit that they don't have the moral high ground. And they need to remove the planet from their own eye by obeying God through me, or they can shut the fuck up with their sniveling and relatively petty complaints. People that refuse to be morally precise refuse to be respectable. And they do not deserve respect.